Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, I want to talk about 5 power metal albums that you should absolutely know if you're into that genre. Starting with Blind Guardian with the album Nightfall in Middle-earth. Now, it's an album based on Lord of the Rings, and it's a clear inspiration, obviously, for them. They're big nerds themselves, as am I. I love fantasy novels and fantasy movies of that sort. So it's just kind of like a beautiful mixing of heavy metal and fantasy novels. Not to mention, just songs like Into the Storm are just full throttle, kind of in your face, very melodic, almost neoclassical style with slight orchestral moments. Definitely Blind Guardian, they were innovators of the genre, and they just pushed in so many different directions. Maybe their albums nowadays are not as strong as they were, but this is a classic album you have to listen to if you enjoy the genre. There's not many power metal bands I'm going to praise as much as I praise Blind Guardian, and not as many as I'm going to praise the next band, which is Iced Earth, the album Burnt Offerings. Now, I talk about this band so much in this channel because it's my favorite band of all time, specifically this album Burnt Offerings. I love this album because of its kind of very dark, almost Victorian-esque overtones. It's starting with Burnt Offerings, and it has a whole section from Dracula that they kind of quote from the movie. And I love how Iced Earth mixes thrashy roots with kind of more epic and even sometimes orchestral moments. They even use at moments where they sing all together in this kind of Armenian Georgian kind of singing, like a choir singing. They implement those elements in their songs, and songs like Last December, which just has like an awesome intro, or Dante's Inferno, which is, I believe, what was it, 13-minute song, really epic song about the story of Dante, the comedy drama, the Shakespeare of Dante's Inferno. It's a great album. If you like your power metal to be a little bit more neoclassical and softer, this is probably not one for you. But if you enjoy all types of power metal and you enjoy nice, heavy, fast, thrashy riffs, I think this is a perfect album for you. My favorite album, probably this would make it probably my favorite album of all time. But that's just me. This is my list. This is how it goes. On the next one I got here is Camelot, with specifically the album The Fourth Legacy. Now, Camelot, I remember when they first started with Roy Khan, they were super popular. A lot of people called them the new Iron Maiden. That was kind of how they were pegged as. And when Khan left, then the kind of band for me went a little bit downhill. But those albums with him, they couldn't do any wrong. Every single album was absolutely amazing in my eyes. And I think the pinnacle for me was The Fourth Legacy because of songs like Nights in Arabia, Desert Rain. I just love their style. His voice, he has a really nice, powerful voice. They have very kind of epic sounding orchestral songs. They were short and sweet. They just had this combination for me, was radio friendly, very catchy, very easy to get into, in comparison to some other bands that might be on this list, which actually goes into the next one I got here. Now, this band I've talked about before, and by all means try to overlook the satanic quote-unquote name of the songs, with this band called Satan's Host with the album By the Hand of the Devil. It's kind of, if you listen to the lyrics there, it's very corny and over the top, almost borderline cheesy if you look at their photos, the way they're dressed. But this album is absolutely killer, because what I like about this particular one is they mixed black metal with power metal together, and the guy sings, and he can sing his ass off, mixed in with some growls from time to time. The song Just Before the Flame alone is worthy of the whole album, and it just has this really beautiful melodic sections with extremely fast blast beats, black metal sound, that for some reason they're able to make it work with songs like Black Hilted Knife and Shades of the Unlight. I absolutely love this album. Again, I don't like every single album from this band in particular. I don't like their black metal roots that they started with. I think it made them sound very generic. But this combination of black metal with power metal absolutely works. I don't think anybody does it as well as they do in those couple of albums that they released along with Virgin Sales, and forgot what the other album was. It was one of the recent ones they had. But it's a great album to check out. Give it a chance. Forget about the occult overtones. It's really cheesy. I don't even listen to the lyrics, but the music is just beyond good, and his voice is something to I would say admire, because you just have that vocal range, in my opinion. And the last one here, now this is a classic. Most likely every single band on this list in some shape or form was inspired by this particular band, and that's Sabotage, with the album Hall of the Mountain King, which by many is regarded their best album they ever released. They have some great albums over the years. The Olivia brothers produced some crazy amounts of good albums, with one of them also going once I forgot which one of the brothers, when he passed away, the other brother kind of disbanded Sabotage and created Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But Sabotage was something. It was just kind of a mix of traditional metal, power metal. All through the 80s, they just absolutely rang. And this album for me is just, especially with the song Hall of the Mountain King, is probably should be on everybody's top 10 list of power metal albums, if you can call it that. I'm kind of stretching the line here if you could really call it power metal, or you would call it just traditional metal. But either way, I think it works in this particular list, and it's a must. Absolute must. I think there's no way around it. Where you're gonna put it on top of your list, you know, it's gonna vary, but that this band was an important influence to so many other melodic, symphonic, everything in that kind of genre. They are one of the main pioneers of that sound, and Sabotage is just absolutely killer, and that's where I want to end my list. And what I'm trying to do with these videos too, when I recommend, I would write scripts before, it would sound very forced. So I decided to just name albums, and I'd really speak from the heart what I feel about each one of these albums, because I think that's going to be so much better than me trying to just be overly technical, because music is so subjective, and it's about the feeling it creates for us. At least that's what I thought. Let me know if you like this kind of a format. I like to just speak from the heart, one shot, one take. That's just kind of how I enjoy doing it. Guys, let me know if you know any of these particular albums, any of these bands, which of these that you enjoy, that you if you're going to check out. Let me know what you feel about this particular album. But these are some of my favorite power metal albums of all time. And guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe down below for more. Enjoy the rest of your day. Keep it metal out there, and take care of yourselves.